Think about the last time the Philippines felt truly quiet. It was March 2020, the lockdown. Today in 2026, the streets are loud, the malls are full, but a different kind of silence is creeping in. It's the silence of a wallet that's running dry. On March 24th, the conversation on Head Start took a dark turn. Karen Davila sat down with economist Emmanuel Leyco, and the word emergency wasn't just a headline anymore. It became our reality. While we were focused on 5G and Starlink, a crisis was brewing in the Strait of Hormuz, thousands of miles away. But why does a conflict in the Middle East dictate the price of a kilo of rice in your local palengke? Why are we, a nation of 7,641 islands, so vulnerable to a single liquid? Today we are opening the economic black files. We're going beyond the gas pump to show you how the oil domino is about to hit every single Filipino household. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your bills are changing and who really holds the power to stop it. Here's the high-value truth that most news reports skip. The Philippines has a unique geographic weakness. Because we are an archipelago, we have what economists call a logistics tax. Think about a tomato grown in Benguet. To get to your plate in Manila, it needs a truck. To get to a family in Siargao, it needs a truck, a ship, and another truck. Every time the price of diesel goes up, that logistics tax compounds. As Emmanuel Leyco pointed out, we are import dependent. We don't just import oil, we import the inflation that comes with it. When global oil prices spike, it's like a fever spreading through our islands. If it costs more to fuel the boat, the fish gets more expensive. If it costs more to run the generator, your Meralco bill spikes. We aren't just paying for gas, we're paying for the survival of the entire supply chain. This brings us to the most heated battlefield in the Philippine Senate right now, the Fuel Excise Tax. In the world of economics, this is what Emmanuel Leyco calls a kill switch for the emergency. Think about it. Right now, a huge chunk of what you pay at the pump isn't for the oil itself, it's the tax. If the government flipped that switch and suspended the excise tax today, pump prices would plummet by 5 pesos to 10 pesos per liter instantly. For a delivery rider, that's an extra 150 pesos a day. For a jeepney driver, that's the difference between bringing home a kilo of meat or just a pack of instant noodles. It's the fastest way to put air back into the lungs of the Filipino consumer. But here is where the deep reality kicks in. It isn't that simple. The Department of Finance isn't pushing back because they want you to suffer. They're pushing back because they're looking at a 136 billion peso hole in the national hull. In the 2026 budget, that 136 billion pesos isn't just a number in a vault. It's already been promised. It's the blood for the build, better, more projects. The bridges connecting our islands, the new railways in Luzon, and the modernization of our regional hospitals. If we cut the tax to save the driver today, the math says we might have to stop building the hospital your province needs tomorrow. It's a brutal, high-stakes trade-off. Immediate relief versus long-term survival. Leyco's stance, however, is grounded in a different kind of logic, a moral one. He argues that infrastructure is useless if the people it's built for are starving. You can't build a future for a people who can't afford to eat today, he warns. He's pointing out a negative feedback loop. High fuel prices lead to high food prices. High food prices lead to less spending. Less spending leads to a stagnant economy. By keeping the tax high to build bridges, the government might accidentally be burning the very economy those bridges are supposed to serve. This isn't just a debate about math or accounting. It's a choice about who carries the heaviest burden of this 2026 crisis. Do we ask the poorest Filipinos to pay the logistics tax through their grocery bills? Or do we ask the government to tighten its belt and find that 136 billion pesos somewhere else? So, what is the government actually doing? Enter the UPLIFT program, the unified package for livelihoods, industry, food, and transport. They are trying to target the pain. Instead of a general tax cut, they are sending digital fuel vouchers directly to 2.5 million transport workers. But as we've seen in our deep documentary investigations before, subsidies are often just a band-aid on a bullet wound. Leyco suggests we need a wealth tax, taxing the top 1% to fund the energy needs of the bottom 40%. It's a bold, controversial move that is currently splitting the 2026 political landscape. Are we ready to tax the skyscrapers to save the sorry stores? We live in an era where we can beam internet from space via Starlink, but we still struggle to put affordable food on the table. The map of the Philippines is being redrawn by these economic forces, and for many, the dead zone isn't about cell signal anymore. It's about being priced out of their own lives. But I want to hear your boots-on-the-ground perspective. If you had to choose lower gas prices today or better public schools in 3 years, which would you pick? Does the wealth tax sound like the solution, or just more politics? Drop your honest thoughts below. Let's start a conversation that the policymakers need to hear. I'm Global Pulse, and this has been a deep update. If you found value in this breakdown, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 100,000, and I want you with us. Stay safe, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.